In the realm of human experiences, few are as universal, yet elusive, as sleep. We all yearn for it, yet its embrace seems to slip through our fingers sometimes. In our hyper-connected world, where the boundary between day and night blurs and screens cast their hypnotic glow into our bedrooms, reclaiming quality sleep can feel like an uphill battle. What if the key to unlocking better sleep is hidden in the Stoic philosophy that has stood the test of time? Join me as we delve into the world of Stoic principles and discover how their timeless wisdom can be the beacon. We need to navigate the stormy seas of insomnia and restlessness. Welcome to Stoic Bend, the place where ancient Stoic wisdom meets modern challenges. Today, we're exploring Stoic sleep, a deep dive into how Stoic ideas can transform our approach to rest and relaxation. Now, let's get into it. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, who also happened to be a Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He was right, but why does this quote resonate so deeply when it comes to sleep? Why is it important? Well, to understand the Stoic perspective on rest, we must first grasp the core of Stoic philosophy. For the Stoics, life is a series of events, some within our control, others completely beyond it. The Serenity Prayer echoes this sentiment, reminding us to accept the things we cannot change. When it comes to sleep, much is often beyond our control: the weather, external disturbances, or even our own overactive minds. But there's one thing we always control: our reaction to these things. Have you ever tossed and turned for hours, not because of discomfort, but because of worry or anxiety? That's when Marcus Aurelius's words serve as a potent reminder. Our inability to fall asleep is rarely because our bodies are weary, but often because our minds are racing. The Stoics would urge us to take a step back, to recognize these thoughts as unnecessary disturbances. They remind us that just as clouds drift across the sky, thoughts drift across our minds. They are transient, ever-changing. And most importantly, they do not have the power to disturb our inner peace unless we give them that power. Practical tip: evening journaling. How can we put this principle into practice? One of the most effective ways is through evening journaling. At the end of the day, write down any lingering thoughts, worries, or plans for the next day. By externalizing your thoughts, you release them from the prison of your mind, allowing yourself to approach sleep with a clearer head. This technique mirrors the Stoic idea of negative visualization, where you confront your fears directly to lessen their hold over you. By acknowledging and recording your worries, you demonstrate to your mind that they are not as overpowering as they may seem. And in doing so, you pave the way for a more restful night's sleep. Seneca once wrote, "All the time you could have spent on useless worrying, had you used it instead in action, you would have done something good. How does this quote relate to sleep? And why is it important? This quote touches upon a significant aspect of Stoic philosophy, the dichotomy of control. For the Stoics, life consists of things we can control and things we can't. Worrying about sleep, which is outside our immediate control, falls into the category of things we cannot influence. Instead, Seneca suggests channeling this energy into actions that are within our control. This might include establishing a consistent sleep schedule, ensuring a comfortable sleep environment, or practicing relaxation techniques before bedtime. By shifting our focus from worry to action, we not only improve our chances of getting better sleep, but we also cultivate a sense of agency in our lives. It's a reminder that while we can't always control outcomes, we can control our preparation and response. This shift in perspective allows us to approach sleep with a calmer mind, ready to embrace whatever rest may bring. So how can we practically apply this concept to our daily lives? Creating a pre-sleep routine can be immensely beneficial. This could involve a set number of hours before bed when you wind down, engage in relaxing activities, and gradually signal to your body that it's time for sleep. Such a routine not only helps establish a regular sleep cycle, but also provides a structured way to channel your energy into productive activities rather than letting it dissipate into worry. Remember, sleep is as much a natural process as the rising and setting of the sun. And just as we wouldn't question the sun's regularity, we shouldn't question the necessity of rest. Epictetus wisely stated, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he who fears death. For that is what makes death formidable in our own mind." This quote delves into the heart of the Stoic perspective on death, emphasizing not the act of dying, but rather our perception of it. And it's a lesson that holds profound implications for sleep as well. When it comes to rest, we often build up an idea of how it should be. We envision a perfect night of uninterrupted slumber, undisturbed by interruptions or tossings and turnings. But the truth, as with death, is that this ideal is both inevitable and unavoidable. No matter how perfectly we set the stage for sleep, external factors or our own internal rhythms can disrupt it. When we resist this reality, we introduce an unnecessary obstacle to our rest. But when we confront and accept it, we open the door to a more peaceful night. Just as Epictetus encourages us to confront death, he also invites us to welcome whatever rest we can get, be it in line with our expectations or not. It's a reminder that sleep, like life, unfolds in its own way, and our acceptance of its unpredictability is the key to finding peace within it. But how can we incorporate this Stoic insight into our daily lives when trying to improve our sleep? Cultivating a mindset of acceptance is crucial. This involves acknowledging that sleep, like life, is full of uncertainties, and that the perfect night is as elusive as immortality. When interruptions occur or sleep evades our grasp, instead of resisting, we can practice a sort of negative visualization of sleep, imagining various scenarios and accepting them gracefully. By embracing the reality of potential disturbances, we lessen their power to disrupt our rest. Additionally, focusing on the quality of sleep we do get rather than the quantity can bring peace. Recognizing that even a few moments of deep rest are valuable can help us relinquish our tight grip on sleep and allow it to flow more naturally. Seneca beautifully wrote, "All our life is in our mind." This quote underscores a central tenet of Stoic philosophy, that our judgments and perceptions of events, not the events themselves, cause our emotional responses. Applied to sleep, this means that our contentment with sleep or dissatisfaction with it often stems from our interpretation of its quality. Did we sleep enough? Are we too old to wake at this hour? Such judgments fuel discontent. But what if we shift our perspective? What if we start regarding sleep not as a mere biological necessity, but as a gift, however long or short it may be? Seneca's words encourage us to see sleep not as an occasion for discontent, but as an opportunity for gratitude. Each night, we are given the chance to rest, to restore ourselves, and to wake renewed. Embracing this perspective can transform sleep from a source of frustration into a wellspring of contentment. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to measure sleep solely by quantity, to lament the hours lost or the minutes missed. Yet Seneca reminds us that sleep, like life, is best measured by quality, not quantity. A single hour of deep, restorative sleep can be more rejuvenating than a night filled with fitful tossing and turning. The Stoics would urge us to shift our focus from the length of our sleep to its depth, to the sense of renewal and restoration it brings. By appreciating the quality of our rest, we can find contentment even in a short night and dissatisfaction in a long one. The path to improved sleep, according to the Stoics, is paved with insights that challenge our conventional notions of rest. From relinquishing our need for perfect nights to finding contentment in the quality, not quantity, of sleep, their wisdom offers a refreshing perspective. It's a journey inward, a recalibration of our relationship with sleep and with ourselves. Closing. As we conclude our exploration of Stoic sleep, remember that the ancient wisdom shared by the Stoics is not meant to be a rigid set of rules, but a flexible guide for navigating the complexities of modern living. Applying their principles to sleep can be a powerful tool, but it's essential to do so with an understanding of your own needs and limitations. If you found value in this exploration of Stoic sleep, we invite you to subscribe to Stoic Bend and join our community of learners on this shared journey of self-discovery and growth. If you've already subscribed, thank you. Until next time, may your nights be filled with peaceful rest and your days with purposeful action.